lights here. We do have the motion to accept the staff recommendation. I would say, you know, on December 4th, I like the idea that we're going to try and get a full cost accounting out there. I really think this should be a public record. It should be accessible on the web. I know weekly, the Alachua County Coalition for the Hungry and Homeless sends out a weekly needs list that has, you know, just various, everything from food, blankets to whatever, and it helps the public. It helps make the public aware of what's out there. Well, in a very similar vein, I think it would be appropriate to have something in there, if we're into building trust in the community, that shows, you know, what has been provided, how much has it cost, and who paid. And just make it very transparent, very easily accessible. And then we might get things like someone looking at an item and saying, really, someone's paid that for this? Wow, well, you know what? I can get that at a much better price. I can get it for free or something like that. And that might be a way to help us generate better fiscal discipline over this project, because I think there is. Whereas I agree with Commissioner Poe, we need to focus on what we're doing well and make sure we're doing it well. We also do need to be concerned that this can escalate out of control if we don't have the appropriate oversight and discipline. I harken back to my meeting in Washington when I met with the Assistant Secretary for HUD. And I have witnesses who are there, including our federal lobbyist and Miss Amerson. So, and I presented our Empowerment Center package, and I truly, of all the meetings I had that day, that was the one meeting I was expecting the pat on the back and the big congratulations for what your city is doing. And this guy said, this can potentially get out of control. And he said, these kinds of centers, these transitional centers all around the country are notorious for not being able to contain costs, and they get out of control. That was from someone appointed by President Obama, okay, on the side of homelessness, wanting to do something about it. His cautionary tale. So, and he followed up with why we need to look into things like rapid rehousing and all that. So I think it's completely legitimate to say, to question and to continue questioning. And I think it's an act of civic responsibility to have people say, how are you spending the money? Where's it coming from? What's it being used for? We need to hear that monthly, weekly. We need to hear it over and over and over again. And that's not to say that what we're doing is bad. It's just saying that we need to have that constant approach so that we don't end up like I think San Antonio is one example where it is just out of control. And you have to say, at what point, when you start spreading resources, Commissioner Chase alluded this to our state and legislative agenda. When you have so many items, you can only put so much in. Well, if we have a program that starts attracting people who aren't from Alachua County here, guess what? We're now spending less money per capita, less money per Alachua County resident than we otherwise would. And I'd rather take care of Alachua County folks first, period. Gainesville folks first. So anyway, I certainly support this grant. Glad we're going to get it. But I do want to encourage us to really embrace as much transparency as we can as we go forward. Commissioner Wells and then Chase, and then I'll call for a vote.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I want to absolutely say amen to that, and in that vein, so folks are aware.
And citizens also are afraid that this could get out of control very quickly. And one of the problems that we're having here is, unlike the St. Francis House and the Salvation Army, when they required their homeless, even during cold weather for emergency shelter, they require that the homeless people go over to the police department and get a police clearance before they come to receive services, whether it's for meals or for overnight shelter. And that's why the public is asking the shelter to make sure that we have safety for not only the homeless people who are coming to the shelter to receive services, but for the staff and the public as well. And one of the things that Mayor Braddy was saying, with the camping, over there it's on state forestry land.